Hello everyone, welcome to part 12 of this tutorial. So in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to start to work on the shopping cart feature. So as you know, yesterday what we did is this product card where we can click and add element. And so here we have 5 elements, and now we can jump back and go down and remove item and stuff like that. And I've seen some bug here I've done, so we're gonna fix it. But what we're gonna do is gonna be what we're gonna see in this video. So first, we're gonna add this mark card. So don't worry, we don't have any design for that yet. But now when we're gonna add plus, you see here, at the moment I click the plus, now here we get this little badge at the top of the shopping cart icon. After that, when I add 4, as you see, it's still at 1 because we have 1 item but 4 times this item. So we don't gonna say we have 4 items in the cart. It's just 1 time this product. After that, when I click this plus, as you can see, now we jump to 2. Now I can add some item, and you see 4 and 3. And here, when I click on my car, I get red apple, I have 4, and tomato, I get 3. So that's gonna be the plan for this video. So we want to get to this screen. No UI at all. The UI stuff for this screen is gonna be later. And as you can see now, we can remove some stuff, and that's gonna update right there. So this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna manage that with mobx-state-tree. But first, we're gonna fix one little bug from yesterday. So you see here, when I'm 1 and I go down, it don't stay at 1. So what happened is, if we go to the product card, sorry about this, my Discord. So if we jump to the product card here, we're gonna have this logic where we do if it's bigger than 1, if the quantity is bigger than 1, but it's not true, it's bigger than 0. If it's bigger than 0, we show this icon, just like that. So now if we jump back to the code, and I click on grocery, and what did I miss? So I make something bad here. We start at 0. We start at 1, that's why. Sorry about that. So now grocery, we get there, I click on plus, and now nothing happened. But now if I get to 1, we get this. So this is what we want. Now the thing is, when I click one time, I want him to increment a bit. So you see, when I click on the plus for the first time, when I click on the plus, I want this to change. So the thing we can do now, it's we can just say here quantity, it's equal to this that state, that quantity, and plus 1. And now when I'm gonna click first time, we get already to 1. So you see, but we're gonna manage it in other ways, so don't worry about that. So now another fix I want to do is in the folder structure. So we're gonna create a folder called store. Before going further, I want you to do Command D and stop the live reload, because we're gonna change some stuff and Expo gonna crash if you don't. What I want to do now is move this current user to my store, and I'm gonna show you why in a moment. So here we have the current user, and we're gonna change that to be out store, and I'm gonna change this to be out store. I'm gonna copy everything here at the top of my user info, and I'm gonna create a new file in my model called current user.js, and I'm gonna paste it. I don't need the token, I don't need that, I don't need this, and I don't need the React Native, and I don't even need the flow. But here that's gonna now become current user model. So why I do this is because now I want to separate the fact that this one it's a model, but we have a store. So here we're gonna change that to be a out, and this out store now gonna have the info here gonna now become a current user model, like that. And why we do this, it's because a store it's something where we're gonna have, like, I don't know like how you can say that, but like you're gonna handle many model and stuff like that. So it's like a step up, I mean. So now take all this stuff, go inside your store, create an index.js, and we're gonna paste this, and now we need to change this to be out, and now that's gonna be out store. We're gonna change that here, and put out And I think we're gonna call that alt store, so I'm gonna call that alt store. And finally, we keep it like this. Now inside my app.js, sorry, it's the only time I'm gonna do this. We're gonna change this to be coming from the store. And now, every time where we use the current user, like that, and every component we use it, like if I remember, we have the home screen, not the home screen, but the splash screen. Here we're gonna replace that to be alt star, like that. But the functions stay the same. And I think we have the login screen where here we have the current user, and I selection this and I just inject. I'm gonna refresh my screen and that's gonna maybe crash. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna close Expo. And oh, so that was the I'm gonna close Expo and reopen it. So it just get crazy because of all the change. I'm gonna reopen it. Now that should work. So you see, at least it still works now. It's the same thing. It's just now we have changed the name, and that's gonna make more sense in the future. So here it's a model. A model it's like a thing about like an object who it just relate to himself. In a store, it's like a container of a lot of model and things like that. So by doing this now, we're gonna create the product model. So we're gonna create this product model, and it's gonna be pretty simple. So we're gonna import some stuff from mobx-state-tree. And first we're gonna import the types. After that here, I'm gonna export a const called product model. And this thing gonna be a types of model. So Visual Studio Code don't like me again today. Product model. And now here we're gonna do whatever we want to add to this element. I'm gonna close it just to reopen it. And the autocomplete don't like me. I'm gonna reload my window. Sorry, I really don't know what my Visual Studio Code have lately. So here inside my model, I'm gonna have some value. And those value I want, it's gonna be first, I want to have an ID, who's gonna be a type identifier. So that's gonna be an identifiant for this element. After that, I'm gonna have a name, who's gonna be a type of string. Also, I'm gonna have an image URL, who's gonna be a type number. Yes, it's strange right now, but it's just because we're gonna use the local version of the image, and when you require that become a number, so that's why. But we're gonna change it in the future when that's gonna come from the backend. After that, I'm gonna call that a unity price, and I'm gonna say this is a type of number. So I have price by unity. I'm gonna have a key price. After that, I'm gonna also have for now a cart quantity. So how many I have of this in my cart? I have 0 by default. So if you do this 0, they're gonna know this is a number. They're gonna just already provide a 0 by default, so you don't need to create this value. And in cart, same here, we're gonna say false, like that. So that's gonna be my product model. So the way we're gonna manage it for the store purpose is gonna be here. We're gonna create 2 new stores. One of it is gonna be product with an S, and we're gonna not a folder. Sorry about that. Gonna be product with an S.js, and we're gonna also have a shopping cart.js. We're gonna start with the product.js, gonna be the simpler one. So we're gonna import types from mobx-state-tree. After that, we're gonna create a product store. So products store equal types.model products store. And now here, the only thing we can add is gonna be data. Okay, why I put data is because I don't want to have product. You see, product.product. So in here now it's gonna be a type array. But this array is going to be a type of reference of the product model. So the model we have just created. Because we have identifier, now what's going to happen is they're going to put the product at the top of the tree. So because remember, this is a tree. So we're gonna have like a slash product or whatever, and they're gonna have like a number who's gonna be the ID. And when you use the reference, what that means is this array don't gonna be an array of this object, but more like an array of the reference of it. So what that means is if you have 2 times an array of the same reference, if you update one place of this reference, that's gonna update the other one also. So you make sure then they're gonna stay always with the same kind of data. So yeah, that's gonna maybe make more sense in a moment. Now for the shopping cart, we're gonna do the same thing. So types from mobx-state-tree. Here we're gonna export const a shopping cart store is gonna be equal to a types.model.shopping cart store. And now inside the shopping cart, we're gonna have some products, okay? And this product is gonna be again the same thing: type array, type reference, and product model. Oops. Like that. Nothing more for now. Now we're gonna create the screen of this shopping cart. So we're gonna say shopping cart screen.js. I'm gonna take this list screen and I'm gonna command A everything, and I'm gonna jump back to my shopping screen just to selection the list and say shopping cart like that with the G, and I don't know why shopping cart. Yeah, you see the point. So now for doing this shopping cart, I want this to become like at the top of the screen. Like I want him to become at the top of my tab. If we look back to my QuickTime, I use like install do. So if I click, you're gonna see I'm on top of the tab icon. So the way you do this, it's you need to put this here in the main navigator where you have your tab. So you say shopping cart was going to be equal to this get screen stuff like we do on all the other one for doing like the lazy loading. And now we're going to do shopping cart screen like that. Now if you refresh your screen, nothing gonna change there. Why I create this, it's now because I want to see the shopping stuff here first. But before that, remember what we did here, we initialized the store. So we're gonna need to do the same for the product and the shopping cart. So we're gonna get the product. So we're gonna say product store. And we're gonna have another one called shopping cart. So that's gonna be the shopping cart store. So this store here, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna first create the shopping cart. It's gonna be the easier one. So shopping cart store equal a shopping cart store create. And when you create, we don't need to put, we're gonna just put a product of an empty array by default. So what that means is when someone came to your app for the first time, we have no product in the shopping cart. I mean, that would be pretty odd to show this to a user. After that, I want to create a product store. So where I'm gonna have all my product. So for waiting time here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy some data from my stuff, and I'm gonna let you the time to enter this. So here my data is gonna be an array of this product create. Why I don't put just an array of object? It's because remember, if we look back to the product, this is a type reference. So you need to create first the element. So we have here the ID, name, image URL, the price, the unity, and the category. I put grocery, but we don't really need it yet. And we have the product apple, who is the image. So we have the product apple. And now I'm gonna just copy paste the tomato. So I'm gonna have the tomato. So tomato, it's too big, but it's a tomato image. And this image is gonna be again on my Dropbox in the product folder, and the link gonna be in the description. But this is what we have. We have an ID 1, real apple, and blah blah blah. I use here a string because if you don't, what you're gonna need to do, it's inside your product model. If you want to use a number, you need to say identifier number. But here it's a string. So here we're gonna have that, and I'm gonna just put this product store here. And I'm gonna refresh my screen. And we get cannot see product model. So I need to import this product model first. I think that came from product, yeah. Okay, so now if I open my debugger, oh, it's not connect. If I open it, and now I check my mobx store, I have 3 stores. I have this alt store where I have my alt token and my info. I have my product store with an array of data, observable data, where I have these 2 elements. And you see each element have this stuff we have already put in the type. And here I have my shopping cart where I have like nothing. I don't know why they put 0, but yeah, it's like that. Now I want to jump to my cart screen and I want to show each of the product. So it's going to be pretty simple. The way we're going to handle this, it's first by adding another icon to the list of assets. And this thing is going to be this shopping cart. So if I open one of this, it's just the same shopping cart we have here with the cart, but it's now white because it's gonna match with the header here. So I'm gonna close everything. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to my constant image and I want to add this here. So I'm gonna say shopping cart, which is gonna be equal to the require asset, emg, shopping cart.png. Like that. I think it's like this. MG shopping cart. Yeah. Now I'm gonna create this component here where we're gonna have the logic for handling the push of the screen. So inside my component, I'm gonna create an icon called cart shopping cart icon.js. Here, that's going to be a pretty simple one. Yeah, kind of simple. So that's going to be first a React component. So class cart shopping cart icon. Shopping cart icon. It's going to be a component where we're going to render return a box. Inside this box, we're going to have an image component from React Native. And the source of it is going to be image. Why I don't have the autocomplete. Again, TypeScript would have been better, but asset constant slash image. And this is image that shopping cart, like that. And here I want to export default my shopping cart icon. Like this. First thing, if you ask why I do this, is because this one gonna have some logic. Remember, if we look back to the video, this shopping cart gonna have this dot here, gonna appear, and this is the way you're gonna handle this, is by doing this kind of stuff here. So now jump back to the screen where you're gonna have all your navigation, and what we're gonna do now is add this icon to the header right of the tab navigation. So if we jump to the the home stack here, we're gonna add header right, where you can put a component, and that's gonna be this shopping cart icon, just like that. Now if I refresh my screen, you see it's right there now. So we should design it a bit because it don't looks pretty nice. So the way I'm going to handle this is I'm going to wrap my image in a box, because I want this box here to have a flex of 1 to take the full space, and I want this box here to have some margin right of 16. So I don't want him to touch the side. So now you're going to see it's right there. After that, I think the image is too big. So the way I handle this, it's I first thing import my style sheet, and I'm going to create some styling here, and I'm going to say emg for the image, and the style is going to be pretty simple for this one. I'm going to just put it a width. I don't want him to be bigger than 25 pixel width, so I'm going to put this style here. So I'm going to say style.emg. If I do this, nothing is going to really happen. because now the width break with the height, and you see, so the icon become not that much nice. So we're gonna use what we have learned yesterday, resize mode, and we're gonna now use contain. So you're gonna finally contain is size with what we provide. So now you see it's a bit more smaller, and now you go pretty nice. Now the thing happened, it's I want to be able to click on this to jump on the other screen. So I need to first thing get my touchable opacity, and I want to wrap my box with this. But now the thing is, now you get a touchable opacity is already a view, so I don't want to use this flex one just here to show this image like that. So what I will do is I will put now a style to my button, and this style is going to be pretty simple. It's going to be flex 1. So now if I do this, it's going to be the same thing, but now I can click on it. Now I want to handle this click, so I'm going to say handle press, and now I want to jump to somewhere else with my navigation. This one, it's not a screen, so you don't receive the navigation props. If we look inside the debugger and I search for shopping cart icon, you see this one have no props at all. You can handle this with the width navigation HOC, higher order component, but we don't need because we have already created a navigation service. So if you remember the navigation services we have create, if I can get it from my API slash navigation service, and the name is navigation service. Now I can do navigate, and I want to navigate to the shopping cart component. Don't forget to pass it to the onPress value, onPress method of the touchable opacity. Now if I do this and I click that, you see, now we get to the shopping screen. It's pretty nice. Now we're gonna just do one little fix for this shopping stuff. It's gonna be a really simple one. So we want this shopping screen to have headers where we can say my card and stuff like that, like to have a title and things like this. So the way you need to handle this, it's you need to have his own navigator for that. So shopping cart navigator equal a create stat navigator. Here I'm gonna just say this shopping cart stuff we have put there. After that, I'm gonna replace this shopping cart with this shopping cart navigator. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some navigation option to this screen. And now I can say header style. So I want to have a header style with a background color of theme.color.white. Why I do this is because, if you remember, we have say header, it's null, so we need to add it to another stack. Now you see we get it from here right away. So now we can jump back to the shopping cart, change this status bar now to become dark because it's pretty not readable here. You can shopping cart, and now here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pass in a title, and my title is gonna be my cart, like that. So now if I click, I jump in my cart, and now the only way for now that's gonna be to swipe left. At least we get there. Now I want this shopping cart to get inject my shopping cart store. Remember, just by doing inject, this is the beauty of mobx. You just click here now, example, and now I see this shopping cart screen. You see, you get already inject all the store with the product. So now what I'm gonna do is I want to show to this screen, I want to show a message we say, hey, your list is empty or the list. So I'm gonna create another method where I'm gonna do the logic here. I think it's gonna be cleaner. I'm gonna first thing destructuring the product from the prop shopping cart store, because remember, shopping cart store have the product array. So I'm destructuring that here. And now I do if product that length equals 0. I want to show a certain message with my text and saying cart empty. Else I want to return this product that map, where here we're gonna get each product, and what we're gonna return, it's a box. where we're gonna have as a key the product.id. Remember now, the product is gonna be this product model we have already created. So we have the ID, and I want to have here a text where we're gonna have the product.name, and we're gonna have a text here where we say quantity and product.card quantity. So everything we have here is going to be the value we get from the product model we have here. So card quantity, ID, and name. Like that. Just for design purpose, we're going to just have a row to become left and right, and we're going to say align center. That's it. And here we're going to just add some margin to the right, just to make it thinner. So finally, what we're going to do now is we're going to change this text to become now this that render list. That's it. If I refresh my screen and I click on that now, I get card empty. We have nothing. The user have had nothing. So now, fun start. How can we add some stuff to update this and update also that? Now that's going to be the fun part. So if we check back to the mobx store now, inside the product store, we have two products. We have already the apple one. So if we check for the name, it's the red apple. And if I check to the second one object, the name is going to be this tomato. So first thing we're going to do now is we're going to jump on this category screen. Category screen. And we're going to inject. So remember, it's from mobx native. We're going to inject this product store. Remember, I just do this, nothing more. If I jump back to my debugger and I click here and I check for my category screen, by default, you receive the product store. So it's almost like the connect from Redux, okay? Now here what I'm going to do, is I'm going to import from React Native a scroll view, because I want the scroll view right there. And I want that don't going to be a scroll view in the future, it's going to be a flat list, but for now, so from the product, we want to map each of the product. And each of the product now going to come to the product card. For the key, that's going to be the product.id, and the rest, we're going to say product equal product. Like that. The scroll view, easy peasy, horizontal true, show horizontal scroll indicator to be false. And now just by doing this, we're gonna get 2 times this is the product data. Sorry about that. Remember, product store data right there. If I click now, sorry, product store. Cannot type. Now it should work. Grocery, you see now we get 2 apple. Now if your question is, okay, why did we get this 2 apple here and then we have a tomato and thing like that? It's because this product card it's not ready for that, for the change we have done. So we're gonna destructuring that. So this that props, we're gonna destructuring the product stuff. So first thing we need to change the image. So for the image, there's going to be product.image URL. Here for the price, that's going to be product.unity price. For the red apple, now we can change that to be product.name. For this 10, 12 stuff here, we can say product.kilogram price. And for the quantity now, we don't gonna use this quantity anymore, so we can delete this from the state. But this quantity gonna come from the product, and the name is gonna be, so if I selection all the quantity, oops, sorry. So I'm gonna just selection this 2 for now. That's gonna be product.card quantity. I'm gonna just copy that, and now I think I see some other here and here. Now I'm gonna save, and now if I click, we get this tomato with its price and this price here. So you see I don't like the price 1.9 and stuff like that. We need to add the 2 fix. You can add this with mobx store, I think. If you want, you can create a computed value, like yeah, why not? So here what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a view. It's gonna be a computed value. So the way you do a computed value is you put a get in front of it. And here now what we're gonna say is get price, or you can just call that price. And I'm gonna just return myself that unity price dot to fix, and I'm gonna say 2 like that. So now my price, because it's a computed value, now what I can do is I can change my unity price to be product dot price like that. And now by doing this, you're gonna see now become with this stuff here. So why not? So yeah, I'm gonna just show you 2 ways you can do this from here, but it's your choice. And now I think we forget something. Product quantity need to be changed here. So now we should be good. You see like that. Now we get there, and now you see when I click plus, nothing happened now, and stuff like that. So when I add the plus, first thing I want to be able to add stuff to our card, and when I click here, I want to see my item. But this stuff don't happen. So how can we make it work? So now this is where we're gonna see some stuff about mobx a bit more, mobx-state-tree. So jump back in your product, okay? Product model. So if we jump back to the product model, we're gonna add some action to this product. So action, remember action is the thing we change stuff. First thing, we're gonna have a function called inc card quantity. So this function inc card quantity gonna just do self.card quantity plus equal 1. Just add 1 to this value. We're gonna do the same with the deck for the decrement, but that's gonna be a minus. And after that, I want also to have a function called add to cart. So for adding to the cart, I'm gonna import my store. So that autocomplete don't work. So I'm gonna import from store. And the name is gonna be store. And inside my store, I have access to my shopping cart instance. In my shopping cart instance, before going further, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create some method on him. You're gonna see why. Because first thing, I need to add a product to my array. So here, this one's gonna have an action, self, and add product, where this one gonna receive a product. First thing, we're gonna check if this product exists, because I don't want to add another product if it already exists in my array. So I'm gonna check self.product that find if an element with the .id equal this product.id. If I have no entry, I want to push. Yes, we're gonna mutate. We're gonna push a new product to this product array. Like that. So now this function is create. So now I can use it from here. So shopping cart that add product, and now I'm gonna say self. Self, it's myself. It's the product himself. Also, when I add to the card, I want to say in card. So my value in card. Now I want him to become true. So this value here. And I'm gonna already call the inc card quantity. Like that. So when I add it, now I want to add at least one element because now it's 0, so we want +1 already. So this add to cart, how can we call this in React? It's gonna be pretty easy. First, we're gonna jump to the product card, and now this product here, if I console log, not console log, but I think if I go here and I show you the stuff, so if I show the product card, you see this product have this element from here, but you have also all the action you have on inside this one, and one of them we have to just create is the add to cart. So I want now when I click on the handle plus press, I'm gonna say this dot props dot product dot add to cart, like that. Now if I click to my grocery and I click plus, I get first already 1. And now if I go here, boom, my red apple quantity 1. Just by doing this. And what happened is if we check back to the mobx store, inside my shopping cart, now we have 1 product. The product we just add. So the reference of in this one. It's pretty nice. But now the thing is, if I click to the plus, you see nothing changed because this handle ink now should be the this.props that product. And what is the function we have called? It's ink cart quantity. And for the decrement, that's going to be deck, like that. Well, now if I go there and I click plus and I click multiple times, nothing update. But you see, here it's updating. And why that? It's because this product card don't have an observer of it. So what that means, it's by default mobx don't gonna change if you don't pass it an observer. So when you say observer, you say, hey, if something changed, I want you to update. So the way you do this is by saying observer from React Native mobx, mobx React Native. Just by doing this, I just add this element now. And look at that. Nothing more, just this little element. I go to my grocery, I click plus. I have 6 elements. I have it right there. I go back, I click plus, 4 elements, 6 and 4. It's really, really nice. Really like it. So much simpler sometimes than Redux. Make it a bit more, a bit less verbose. So now we have this item that's perfect. But now if I go down to 1 example, it's okay. But you see first it's still down, and now if I click here, it don't remove. So we want to create a function. We're going to remove this item from the cart. So first thing, we're going to start from the parent. So go back to your shopping cart, and we have the add product. So we should also create a function called remove product. So the remove product going to receive a product, and you're going to do set that product going to now equal. So I'm going to use filter here because I think it's much more simpler than the other method, but you can use slice or whatever you want. So filter, so I want each element with the ID, it's not equal to the product that ID I have. So this remove product, the way you can call that to your from your product model. So if I search for my product model, I have my add to cart, so I'm going to say remove from cart. The way you do this, start that shopping cart dot remove remove product, you pass self, and you say self in cart is going to be false. Why I use it, I don't even know this boolean, but I think I'm going to use it in the future. And now for the quantity, I'm going to say 0. Now if we jump back to the product card, we don't have a function yet for that, because what happened is we have this handle deck and this handle close, but this handle close just close finally this fade out and stuff like that. So I want the handle remove, and I'm gonna put this only when we see this trash. So handle remove. First thing we want to call handle close. So handle remove right now, it's going to be called when we get the trash. So just search for the trash icon. So trash 2 here, that's going to be now handle remove. So right now, at least we are supposed to, if I click to the trash, that's going to close it. Perfect. But now this handle remove, I'm going to also call this that props that product that remove from cart. So now if I click on one time, like that, we have one item. But now if I click here and I go down and I click on this stuff here, now you see it delete him from the cart, and now we have a cart empty. So you see every time you click there it changes. So I'm not sure I like it. So what I will do here is I will say if this that props that product that cart quantity equal 0, I want him to call this, but else no. And now we can remove all the time, all the places where we use this quantity stuff, and I think that was the only time. So I don't know what happened. Don't know, I cannot refresh anymore. So I think I'm gonna need to close a simulator, open another simulator, 1 sec. But you see all, it's pretty nice with mobx, the fact then mobx-state-tree, then the fact then each product can handle its own state, thinking like it's almost like its component state. And now, because you can use reference, if you update it in one place, every place where you reference it, you're gonna add the update. So first thing, let me know in the comment, it's not done, but let me know in the comment if you like this way of coding versus like Redux and things like that. So now, if I click plus, it just updates when we get more. So you see 6, and now I can go down, and yeah, we can remove it, and now it works. Now time to do this icon really quick. So now time to jump on the shopping cart icon. And now the thing we're gonna do is we're gonna need to use again some position absolute. So we're gonna first thing put position relative to my button. After that, we're gonna create a new box here, and this one gonna have a style, and it's gonna have a position relative absolute. First thing, this box gonna have a circle, so that's gonna be a circle of 15. So 15 height, 15 width, 7.5 border radius. And we're gonna just put a BG red. I want my element inside this to be center. And I'm gonna say for now top 0 and right 0, just to see. And I'm gonna put a text here of 1, and I'm gonna import it from React Native design utility. If I do this and I refresh, now it's gonna be there. So you see, it's really bad. So first thing, the text gonna have a color of white. It's gonna be bold, and it's gonna have a size of 8. So really small. That's why I don't use XML or something like this. It's because I don't think I'm gonna use it. So you see now, it's right there. The way we're gonna handle the top is gonna be, now I want it to be a bit less, a bit like further than the box himself, and I want him to be 10 pixels from the right. Just by doing this now, we should be good now. Now the thing is, we don't want to see him, and we want the number to update. So what we need, remember, we need first to inject the shopping cart store from mobx React Native. Shopping cart store, remember, we can have access to the total to the product, but I'm gonna create a computed value. I think it's gonna be easier. I'm gonna create like, a view, a computed value, where this value is gonna be total product. It's gonna be just to return finally the sell.product.length. But at least that's gonna be a computed value, so you don't need to always calculate it. And I'm gonna use it here. So I'm gonna say this that props that shopping cart store that total products. I think I put with an S. So shopping cart, I put total product. Because it's computed, you don't need to call it. So if it's bigger than 0, I'm gonna show my box stuff. And now I want to get this total product, so why not destructuring it? So I'm gonna say from this.props, I'm gonna get my shopping cart, and from my shopping cart, I'm gonna get this total product. I like doing this way. You can do this another way, but for now, like that. And I put my total product. Now, nothing, perfect, I add, nothing changed. Remember, click pause if you don't remember. Observer, we need to observe a change. Now just by doing this, now look at that. I go to my grocery, plus, oh, it already add. You see, already add with the +1. I'm gonna even make it bigger for you. 1. I change it, stay there because it's just a product. Now you see, I can remove it. It update in real time, that's perfect. And now I'm supposed to have 3 real apple and 1 tomato, and that was what we have. So that's it for this video. That was a big one. Next one, time to design this product to make it a bit bigger, nice. And where we're gonna have also the pay now button. And after that, I think that's gonna be time to jump back in the backend. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comment if I go too fast and things like this. Remember, I have the code in my repo. And the repo in the description. The Dropbox link for the image also in the description. So I hope you enjoyed, and we talk in the next one. Bye everyone.